Oh, no light. There we go. Not much better. Welcome, everybody. Oh, yes. I have it. The power of not having the eyes hurting. Not having hurting eyes. Now I only have to, put it on. Give me a second. I wonder if you guys would like to actually see the act of me putting teardrops. Ouch. Ah. Ah. Okay, yeah, I got it. I got it. And as always, I made a mess. Why am I so clumsy sometimes? To be fair, it's hard to hit the shot while you can't literally see where you're aiming at. Ah. Oh, I can see now. I actually cannot. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Ah, my eyes. Yeah, I became very light sensitive. It's not even funny anymore. But hey, for once, I'm early instead of late. That counts for something, right? Does it mean that I can, like, be super duper uber late tomorrow? Like, whoops! I started the stream 2 hours later. Whoopsie daisy. No? Alright. Okay. We gotta wait a couple of minutes before we start. So if you're watching this from YouTube, I don't know why you're watching this from YouTube, but skip a couple of minutes. Why don't you comment and don't subscribe. No, I don't want you to subscribe to my second channel, honestly. Just wait until they come out on your recommended tab. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. You click it, you go for the first 2 minutes, they say, nah, this guy's boring, and then you close it. Because I actually know the majority of people do that. But to be fair, it's what the majority of people do in general on YouTube. I do the same. I just go like, this video might be interesting. I open it. They go like, well, hello everybody. Today, this video is sponsored by WallVP. And I just close. I just close it and say, you know what? You probably are cool. You surely have more willpower than I, because you're making videos, I'm not. So already kudos to you. I can't stand your voice. There's nothing wrong in saying I just don't like your voice. I'm sorry. I mean, there is wrong. You can't just go in to a guy and be like, hey, I hate your voice. That's just rude. But you can think it. There's nothing wrong in thinking it. So you shouldn't really go on and say, yada, yada, yada. Try to at least not say it, alright? Oh, wow, I did not know that there was an actual thing here. Can we close this? Is it closable? Should I ask Anna to... No, I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to say, hey, read Am I the Asshole with me. He already has many problems. I don't want to give him even more. I think we waited for long enough. I said a couple of minutes. Have passed. Let's see. New VPN company needs beta tester. No, I will not play gaming VPN. Really? Wow. Just sticking to two buzzwords, slash them together. There you have it. Am I the asshole for borrowing my husband's work laptop without Froggy, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Without permission, since I bought it for him. You buy it for him. I don't remember the lyrics, but you buy it for him. It's lyrics, not lyrics. God damn it, Anispan. Now I have you in my head. God damn it. I had such a good taste in my mouth. I ate a sweet orange. It was so sweet. And now it's gone. In my belly. Forever. I mean, I hope it's just not gonna stay in my belly forever. That would be pretty bad. I'm doing pretty well. Let's read. Oh, it's even a short one. Yesterday, I had issues logging into my Facebook account on my computer. Went to borrow my husband's laptop to see if I could log in. Frog here. The laptop was in his bag and he left for work shortly after. Later, I got an angry call from him asking where his laptop was. I say I borrowed it to check my Facebook login, but he ranted about how I caused them grief at work by taking it without even asking. I reminded him of who bought this laptop to begin with, but he said it was supposed to be a gift from me. True, I felt sorry for him and I wanted to get him a proper laptop for work, but is it a bad thing? He said still I shouldn't have taken it and that Facebook login issue was not an emergency. Yeah, exactly. He came home looking upset and avoided me. I thought he overreacted to this, but he snapped and said it caused them shit at work. Yeah, you're an asshole. I'm sorry, you could have just asked, Hey, darling, can I just check on Facebook with your PC for a second? He would have just said, we'll do it when I come back home. Facebook is not that important. Or, you can just check from your phone. Or whatever. I'm sure this is an asshole. You could have just said something. You could have just called in and be like, hey, sweetie, I know you're going to work, but I took your laptop. Wait. Let's see. Doesn't he understand that if you didn't log into Facebook at that very second, you could have missed an important update on your high school's frenemies' latest MLM venture or a humorous meme that you totally relate to, or a notification that it's the birthday of your mother's neighbor dog, Walter? Yeah, exactly. You're the asshole. There's nothing that you can say that. Imagine having to say to your boss, I'm really sorry that I have to come to work without the proper equipment, but you need to understand that my wife just had to check Facebook. That could have been a Facebook emergency, like a missing dog in a different country or an advert for metal posters. But not only you're the asshole for prioritizing Facebook login stuffs, but for going into his work bag and removing a laptop because you feel entitled to it. Yeah, it's not just the, I took the laptop for Facebook login, but it's this. I reminded him of who bought this laptop to begin with. If you gift me something, it means that you don't want it. You want to gift it to me. So it's mine. I use it. Mine. Of course, you're in a relationship, so there's nothing that is just yours, it's just mine. Everything is shared, but if you gift me something for work, I'll take it as something for work. It's not that hard. And if you give me a gift, you shouldn't just push it back. It's just like I don't know, just as if I said, I'm gonna take a stupid example, just so you know. I just steal Ribe's Switch, which I gifted her. Then I start playing, and she's like, wait, what the fuck? I need it for work. And I'm like, should I remind you who gifted you this Switch, the very Switch that you used to game. Should I? No, thought so. How does that make sense? I could understand if it was something like, I gifted you 2 tickets for a film. And even then, it's not good. It's not alright to do that. But if you gift me 2 tickets, that means that I can use those tickets to whoever I want. Of course, it's implicit that you want me to say, oh, want to come with me? Of course, it's obvious. It's common sense. But if you're just gifting me the tickets, I can go with whoever I want. Especially if I don't think that you're that important of a person. I'm sorry. Just because you're the asshole doesn't mean that you're wrong. You can do something and be in the right, but still be an asshole about it. But again, if you want to give me something, you should gift me 1 ticket to the thing and say, I got 1 as well. Let's go together. My gift is a ticket to there and spend time with me. Yeah, this is an asshole. Look, even the face palm. That's such a aggressively demeaning behavior to say, oh, I'm sorry, I should have asked before borrowing it. Like a normal person. But to say, well, I bought it for you, so I get to use it. That's really shitty. If you give someone something, you don't get to claim priority. Exactly. Otherwise, you're not gifting it to them. You're letting them borrow you. Also, a side note, if his work requires an NDAs for private project, you're really screwing it out by accessing the laptop. If my partner went into my work bag and started using my work laptop, I'd be pissed. You're the asshole hugely. Exactly. Reason why I don't know my partner's password. I know her phone password because sometimes she needs, right here, or even just to check on stuff. But I don't go look on shit. But her working PC, I told her I do not want her password. I don't want it. I don't care. I don't need it. If I need to log in on her computer, I'll ask her to log in for me. Fair, I could learn and the yada yada yada, but that's a new password to learn. I don't want to learn a new password. I'll be honest. There's the twist. I just didn't want to learn a new password. I'm a little concerned about the type of job that requires you to provide your own laptop. I mean, if I have my work on my laptop, of course it's not the laptop, it's the data inside it. Could be a contract freelancer, a number of things that is completely irrelevant to OP's action. Exactly. You're the asshole, but not only for the reason above. What the fuck is this? Why did you not say, hey, sweetheart, don't leave yet, I've got your laptop here? That's what I said! Like, you knew you'd taken it out of the bag and I had it, and then you watched him leave for work, not only without the laptop, but with an empty bag. You knew full well he assumed he had it, and you could have spared 1 second to stop and let him know. To break a lance in the wife's defense, how can you not understand if your laptop is inside your bag? I'm not saying that she's justified. I'm not saying, oh, she's right, she's not the asshole. 100%. I'm just wondering, if you have a bag, how can you not feel that like 300, 400 grams are missing? Imagine you hear someone at your kitchen at 3 a.m. It's your cousin that you rarely see. The fuck are you doing here, Craig? At 3 in the goddamn morning. You came to use a juicer and got you as a wedding gift. I bought it. I think we're done. First of all, you should never use something electronic without asking. That's just basic etiquette. Yes, exactly. Secondly, it's a work laptop, which means there is like an information there that you are not privy to see. Exactly. Cherry on top is that because you're going, point one, he was missing his laptop when he left work. Yeah. Okay, it's pretty one-sided. Why would I be the asshole for refusing a large cash gift on behalf of my children? Okay, that's a new one. My two kids are 15 and 13. My dad, very My dad left our family when I turned 20. He wasn't a bad guy necessarily. To him, he fulfilled his obligation to raise me to an adult and wanted to cut ties and live his own life because he became a father very young. In the 25 years since he left, he's lived his dream with lots of travel. I mean, you shouldn't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna live my life. We can still chat. I'm still gonna call you." Isn't that too bad? Just say, "Hey, you know what? Once every couple of weeks. Hey, OP, how you doing? How's wife and kids?" Some people are weird, my man. I know it shouldn't have affected me as much as it did since I was an adult, but it devastated my mom, and he promised he'd keep up in touch with all of us. He never did. Since then, I've only spoken to him 4 or 5 times, and I haven't met him. My mom has never spoken to him again. This was all on his end. We tried to no avail. Yeah, exactly. What? I mean, I know it shouldn't have affected me as much as it did since I was an adult. It doesn't mean it's your father. You have only one. It's just a man. It's the person who raised you that is just saying, "Going for cigarettes, bye." Of course it's gonna affect you. As it should. It would be bad if it didn't. What is going on outside? Oh, it's raining. It's raining, man. Hallelujah. When I had kids on my own, we didn't pretend I didn't have a dad or he passed or anything like that. I was always Fortnite. Fortnite? I told my daughters that he decided not to be a dad anymore and he hurt grandma and me deeply. As you should, yeah, be honest with your kids. If my kids had any questions, I told them the truth with how it affected us, but also more menial things like how he was, who he was, and so on. Okay, so about his life. My kids have a generally negative view of him, and they came to their own conclusion, giving all the facts with no hyperboles or sugarcoating. I mean, you're just saying, "Oh yeah, my dad left. He was a good dad, but when I turned 20, he left." Oh, I mean, of course they're not gonna like grandpa. He mailed me to talk on the phone last week, and he told me he's dying with stage 4 lung cancer, of course. We talked a bit about him leaving, and he said he doesn't regret his decision because his life was taken from him. He said he respects that I turned into a well-adjusted adult, and he's proud that I got so far, even without him. But that he doesn't love me and has no intention of seeing me before he goes. Wow, what an asshole. He did say, however, that he's diving his assets between a few close friends and wanted to leave $25,000 each to both of my kids. He was a penny pincher, but still lived modestly. He only ever worked to maintain, never to grow, so I don't doubt this is a large chunk of his total assets. He said it's only right that they get this money because they're his only grandchildren. Take the money. Take the money. Take the money, do good with it. I'm not kidding. Take the money. Say it. Just say, "Your grandpa was a piece of shit." Oh, TF2 update? Happy TF2 Summer Brawl is not an update. RIP. I'm confused because accepting this money means, at least how my brain rationalizes it, that I forgive him or that it's okay or healthy to have lived how he did. I don't want my kids to get a lump sum and suddenly have a change of heart about him. I'm thinking of refusing the money on their behalf because it sets a bad example. My wife stands by my decision. But would I be the asshole if to my kids for taking this choice from them? They don't know about it, and my plan is to keep them in the dark about it, possibly forever. I think you should talk to your kids. I think you should, if you never said a lie, which I know it's not true. Every parent tells lies. Not because it's bad, but because sometimes kids are so annoying that at some point you just say a white lie to shut them up. And also, Santa and the Easter Bunny and chances to extinguish your debts. Those are all white lies. It makes them happier. But anyway, you said my kids have a generally negative view of him, and they came to their own conclusions, given all the facts with no hyperbole and sugarcoating. I think you should do. My opinion, I don't have kids, so I can't talk like, oh yeah, that's the best thing ever. I'm trying to take the idea that I can have. I'm trying to put myself into the position, but I don't know for sure. But you either take the money and just use those money for college and shit, or talk to your kids. Just say, hey, look, Grandpa is very sick. He's very sick because he contacted me. And he said, look, I don't have much left. I have this money for your kids, aka YouTube. Regardless of the amount of money, what would you do? Ask the kids. Just ask the kids. Of course, there could be, oh yeah, what the money. But there can also be very important answers from them. I mean, I'm not saying that kids are stupid, period. I mean, kids are stupid, but there can be a lot of mature moments. And I'm pretty sure this will help them, especially considering one is 15. 15 is pretty, you're still a kid, but it's far enough for them to have a kind of an opinion, their opinion. 13 is enough already, but you should just take them with the, okay, yeah, that is the decision, period. You should take their opinion into account at least. Because if you hear the kid say, hey, look, as I said, take the money, this way I can go to college. How is that a bad thing? Your dad is, you're never gonna forgive your dad, but at least your dad is gonna help your kids go to college. It doesn't right the wrong that you got, but it still helps your kid. Your kid's safety and happiness should be first top priority. There we go. Let's see. You will be the asshole. You said yourself, you want to preserve your kid's negative opinion of him. That's very selfish of you. You want to ensure he dies without ever having done one single nice thing for your kids. Out of spite, you're going to punish your kids because of being mad at your father. I don't think that's it. No, it doesn't mean that. Come on. And if your kids ever find out, you're the one that they'll be mad at. Yeah, this is true. Not because, oh, they took my money. It's more of, hi Saitama, you've always been upfront with me, but not this time. Why? Because there was money? Because he was dying? Also, taking someone's money doesn't mean forgiving them. He didn't ask for forgiveness, and you're not giving it. He's just a dying man who is putting his affairs in order, and your kids can benefit. Yeah. The king is OP's that he'll plan to never ever tell his kids about the decision he's making on their behalf. He wants to feel completely in control of his father's forgiveness, but he's too much of a coward to let his kids decide whether to forgive him. Yeah, that's what I said. It should check for, do you have a vaccine to not catch whatever illness really Reddit will give you? No, I don't have a vaccine for retinitis. I'm protected enough with Twitch. Yeah, you're lucky. I would to turn down 20k from the devil himself at this point. Look, I know you're horny for the devil, but god damn it. OP's father hurt OP so much that OP wants nothing to do with him. Some hurt really does that. Sometimes some hurting really cuts that deep. If nobody has ever hurt you as much as OP's father hurt OP, then it might be difficult to comprehend. But the hurt of being abandoned by your father, heck, being told that you were a burden, a mistake, and your father would be happier, and was happier without you, freaking hurts, yes. What kind of games do you put in the Switch? I put just chatting, because that's where you can put basically anything. In my opinion, people will be the asshole if OP turns down the money for their kids, but their feeling towards their father are 100% understandable and justifiable. As I said, your top priority as a father would be ensure happiness to your kids. Give the kids the chance to decide for themselves. Tell them why those money would help, and if they take the money, what would you do with them? Tell them, this is the money. Mind you, this money would go towards your education or your financial stability in case you want a car or a house, but you're not just gonna get 25k like this. I'm not gonna slap a kid with 25k each since you're 15 and 7 and 13. You're gonna get them for a 21 or 18 or whatever the legal age is for this guy. We don't know if he's American. And those money are gonna go towards your education. And then you let them decide. Was all that about a small loan? No, basically, OP, when he turned 20, he said, okay, I've done my job, bye. I'm not gonna do this anymore. He just left the wife, he left his kid, and he just disappeared. They tried contacting him, but it didn't work. 25 years later, dad came back and said, look, I'm about to die. I have a stage 4 cancer. I want to give $25,000 to your kids each. It's not much. That's what I can do. And he's saying, would I be the asshole if I said nothing to my kids? I mean, yes, you would. You should tell them. Especially the 15-year-old one. You should tell the 15-year-old one and then let them talk with the kid. And as I said, you should use those money for your kids' education. So damn, accept the money. Do some good with it. Let me find this. Give me a second. I have the perfect answer. Let me see if I can find it. There you go.
You let some things slide, you look the other way. I did. Kickbacks to go to the eye.
Jesus Christ.
You know what a cop fears most? I talk sense.
This one, I think that the monologue from the first season of Better Call Saul, Mike's monologue, is the best one.
Him down, him kicked. Then I was down in the gutter.
Well, where is take the money?
My
Do so
boy
good.
was stubborn. My boy was strong.
Oh, I fucking love that part. My boy was stubborn.
A kid. I talk sense.
There you go.
Prison.
Found it.
Getting locked up with
Hi, Daniel.
everybody you put away.
Listen to
You
this.
threaten a cop with that, you make him dangerous. And that's what I told him. I talk sense. No one was getting hurt.
Just take the
But
money.
if you go to the IA, if you didn't look like you're going, you had a wife, a kid,
Ah, God damn it.
responsibilities.
Where is it?
Take the money.
Yeah, there we go.
Do something good with it.
This is my answer to OP.
Take the money. Do something good with it.
Take the money. Do something good with it. What's the worst that can happen? You're gonna help your kid. Period. You know, it's hard, but at the end of the day, it's just money and where it's from. It's pretty irrelevant if it helps your children get a good start in life. Your love for your children should be bigger than your hate for your dad. Exactly! It doesn't have to mean you forgave him. You can make it clear to your child that he's still a bad person. Exactly. He even said he doesn't want your forgiveness. Just say, I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna take the money solely because it will help my kids. I do not forgive you. Just want to step on one of these comments to point out that OP actually has no say in this. OP's dad can do whatever he wants with his money, and if he wants to name his grandchildren in his estate planning, he doesn't need anyone's permission to do that. OP refusing the gift will actually probably be good because it will alert OP's dad to the fact that OP will likely interfere with his intentions if given any control. So OP's dad will know to appoint a trustee that is not OP until the kids are of age. Yeah, exactly. If he really wants to do that, you can just go to an attorney and be like, look, when they turn 18, I want them to have this money. But it doesn't... It shouldn't go to that. I mean, we're just going to law school again. I don't want to go to law school. Anyway, yeah, you will be the asshole. Am I the asshole for buying $500 of mismarked prime rib? Ooh. That's gonna be a fun one. I was visiting my local grocery store on Sunday in Michigan. Oh, Michigan is very important to know, right? If it was, I don't know, New York, this story would be completely different. With the intention of buying a couple of pounds of chicken wings and 2 steaks for my wife and I. Oh, I thought the 2 steaks were for your wife, period. Man, it would be a pretty expensive wife to keep. Jesus Christ, 2 steaks every goddamn day? Yikes. As the meat department clerk was wetting and preparing my wings, I looked at the prime rib, and the very large, I think 20 to 12, 13 pounds a piece, prime rib sections were listed with the dollar amount and then the EA. I thought it was peculiar because it just seemed off to me. It should have said dollar amount per kilogram. I refuse to say that. I snapped a photo on the price tag, and then I took a flyer and said, hey, I have a big party coming up. I need all your prime ribs. He looked at me like I was crazy and began the progress of packaging up 6 of the whole prime ribs. I cook for a veterans group on Saturdays, and this will only go far, but it will save a ton of money on their budget. Okay. I went up to the register and the meat rang for over $140 per package. I scanned each of them. I paid the price and I walked right up to the customer server. The customer server attendant got very wide-eyed and called over a manager. I walked with the manager over to the meat area when the price was still displaying $17.99 each. And I let him know that due to the scanner law, I must want the difference with the $5 added to each. The manager was livid. They completed the refund of the difference, and he said to me, this could very well lead to someone losing their job. At that point, I said, you can't be serious. I returned the meat. Nobody needs to lose their job. The manager responded with, maybe you should have taken advantage of the fact that somebody made a mistake because it's already too late. So am I the asshole here for taking advantage of the current price? No. I'll just say it. No. I mean, the cook for veterans group of Saturdays. It's a little bit of sugar on top of it, but if they made this big of a mistake, that's you could have said it, but I don't think it's really your fault. Maybe you should have not went with the $500 of mismarked prime ribs. Maybe you could have just taken one, but I think you're not the asshole because you didn't know that someone was gonna lose their job, and even then, it's their mistake. You could have done something to help them, but if they made this mistake, it means that they could have done another mistake. So it would have not avoided them losing the job. It would have just prolonged the thing. In my opinion. Let's see. If this was a mom and pop local butcher shop, you're the asshole. If this is a giant chain, not the asshole. Exactly. Yeah. It's the biggest grocery corporation in the USA. Then yes, no, not the asshole. As far as the firing goes, that's not on you. You don't know the employee's work history leading up to this. More likely than not, the manager was just trying to make you feel like an ass. Or maybe it was the manager that fucked it up and said that just go away. I'm all for the fuck the Watson, but a lot of people don't realize that when mistakes like this are made, it doesn't fuck the Watson. It fucks the employees. This may not only cost someone their job, but it most definitely costs everyone in that store their bonus for the quarter. People are crazy to think the higher ups would lose from their own pockets before taking it from those who need it a lot more. I left the company last year after 11 years of torture. Apparently, since then, quarterly bonuses no longer exist. So we can do that then, because quarterly bonuses, if they don't exist, we can keep on making mistakes. Easy. Depends on how much their store made, with how much the waste there was, customer satisfaction. Yeah, basically, You know what else? OP confirmed they purchased the prime rib and they anticipated that he thought it was supposed to be. They didn't mention at checkout that he rang up wrong. Instead, they paid full price for the prime rib, knowing they could go to customer service and get it corrected by using a loophole. It's not a loophole, it's literally the thing. Big chain or mom and pop, OP is 100% the asshole for using disingenuous means to get a discount that they themselves knew was a mistake. No, it's not. I mean, yes, it is. It was a mistake, but don't you think that he went to the checkout? What? Oh, Rocco, Rocchino, man. Yeah. Say hello to the camera, Rock. Say meow. Meow? No. Okay. You can go. There you go. He doesn't like it. I mean, it's not that he doesn't like it. It just, I don't want to stay in. I don't want to stay like this. Yeah, I'll open the door. Don't worry. Okay. Don't worry. I don't torch cats. Are you torturing a cat? Oh, Cammy, I don't torture cats. If you get it, kudos to you. Just to add to this, OP goes to the store, sees an item very noticeably mistakenly discounted. They document the price, they go to checkout, not only pay full price for the item, they go to customer service and bring up the scanner law so they can get their money refunded to cover the difference. Okay, and the story, right? Wrong. OP not only demands the refunded difference, they demand the $5 recompense for each prime rib they bought as allowed by the scanner law. So OP essentially escalated a pricing difference situation and then exploited the law even further by demanding an additional $5 given to him per each item. Now, P went into a store, got a heavily discounted item, and then made the store pay an additional penalty on top of the insane discount that was given for the prime rib because of the law. The cheap prime rib wasn't enough for you, buddy. Look, if the law says I get it, I get it. It's not that hard. It's not even oh, look, I took every little loophole. Look at that. I spent 3 years in court, but I got $2 more out of it. $2 more. It's like, okay, I say, look, I went to pay. I paid too much. From the wording, I scan each article. It sounds like he did self-checkout. What I do is something goes wrong, I usually pay and then go to customer service because the person who's manning the checkout usually only knows how to debug the machines and not act on prices and stuff. Yeah, exactly. But it's... I don't get it. If someone loses their job, So that's not fault they made a mistake. That manager, however, is an asshole if he's going to fire someone over $500 or blame you for their mistake. He's an asshole for blaming you for the mistake of his employer, his employee. But $500 is a big ouchie. I mean, not for the big store, but basically you sold out on an item. People that come in won't be able to buy that item anymore. And you lost like a month's, half of a month's worth of your salary. So, yeah, it's a big one. Honestly, I did this a lot while I was in university. With one particular food, they kept on mispricing in the bulk food session. There were 2 beans. The price changed like twice a week, and they very frequently only updated one of the 2 beans prices. Some rules where if it's scanned it at the price higher than listed on the shelf, it was free up to like $50 or something. So when I noticed prices were different, I had just going up, I'd fill up on $50 of it, go to the register, get the price checked, and walked out with $50 of free food. First time I only did it by accident. I had only seen the lower price on shelf. Second time I noticed it again, went up, told them the pricing was wrong on the shelf and they should probably fix it. Cashier did not care at all. I just had somebody check, then rang it up for free. Third time, I told them they should fix the system of changing prices because clearly something was going wrong frequently. No shits were given. After that, I just took advantage as much as I wanted. Exactly. Why would I, how you say, a minimum wage worker be like, oh yeah, let me just do the entire thing. If the corporation doesn't care, I don't care either. My employer gets $1 for my every dime. That's why I shit in company time. Exactly. Manager doesn't have that much say in it, really. If his superiors notice that a high-value product has suspiciously been discounted and sold, someone is probably losing their job. Either him or the guy who sold the meat. Exactly. You're not the asshole. Remember, kids, if you see someone stealing food, no, you didn't. Exactly. Food is one of the only things that you shouldn't go like, no, you stole it! Unless you're the guy that needs to eat. Like, you're starving, and then a fat guy is like, oh, look at that, free sandwich. That case, yeah, but if you see someone that takes food from a big company, just ignore it. When cheese is treat A to the best before date, Walmart throws it all out. Worked there for a summer and tossed 20, 40, 700 grams packages out every couple of days. Fuck the chains is right. They waste literal tons of food instead of donating. Exactly. They could just donate this. See, if they are 3 days before expire date, just donate them. People even change the bids such a way that people cannot go in. Not all of them. I work for a food pantry, and unsold meat, produce, and bakery items nearing their best by date are donated several times a week. Kroger's family of stores has a zero waste initiative, and this is common across the country. Good. Lol, all day you're the asshole. Yeah, exactly. I don't see why. If the corporation make the mistake for any reason, it's not your fault. It's their fault. If there is an idiot, he's gonna get fired eventually. I'm done with this. Okay, am I the asshole for choosing my dog over my family by refusing to accommodate my girlfriend's brother? No, you're not the asshole. If you choose your dog over your family, you're not the asshole, period. There's no way. The only way I can think of that you would be the asshole if you did something nasty with the dog. So let's check. I lived with my girlfriend and my dog, Bo. Recently, Aunt's brother, Albo, got laid off from work and couldn't afford to pay rent anymore, and asked if Al could stay with us, and I didn't see why not. Anna isn't on speaking terms with her parents, and I assumed Al probably also wasn't and didn't have another place to go. Plus, I really loved Anne, and I wanted to show her how important she was to me. Here's the issue. Anne told me Al had a mild dog allergy. When I initially spoke with both of them, I said I would do my best to accommodate, but would not, under any circumstances, get rid of Bo. Based. Both understood, and Al said his allergy wasn't too bad. Al moved in, and to be honest, he wasn't a great roommate. He didn't seem to be in a hurry to move out, as he spent most of his time sleeping and playing video games instead of looking for work. He didn't pitch in for chores and get a laundry pile up in his room, then acted confused when I told him he had to do his own laundry. He ate the food we cooked, but did not help with cooking or buying groceries. Worse, he orders lots of fast food for himself and left wrappers, bags, and old food in his room, which made the whole apartment smell. After a month or so, Al said his allergies were getting worse and asked me to consider putting Bo in a shelter. I said no, you shouldn't. But Anne said we should consider getting rid of Bo to accommodate her brother's needs. No, your brother can get the fuck out of my house. Easy. I said no, and we would not be discussing this further. She called me the asshole for choosing my dog over my family. The dog is my family! The dog is my family! I don't care. Dog is family. Period. If you say, oh, dog is not family, you are not family. That's when I snapped. I said Al is not family, and he has been nothing but a hassle for the past month. And if she wants to babysit her older brother, she can find her own place. She has no legal right to stay here because my name is on the lease and I pay rent. Ed is in grad school and does not make enough money to afford a decent apartment on her own. She tried again to convince me that I should prioritize Al over Bo. Albo, I called it. So I gave her an ultimatum. Now, ultimatums are bad. It's something that I also did, and they are bad. All right, I'll just take the L on this, but ultimatums are bad. Either Al is gone in 24 hours, or I kick both of them out. Both stays no matter what. Both have since moved out, and while Anne and I are not officially broken up, I haven't heard from her in a few days. Yeah, you lost your girl. Don't worry. Don't you fucking worry about it. I know this may sound harsh, but Bo is my family. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. He has been with me through some of my hardest times, and he's a rescue, which means he was already abandoned once, and I will not let that happen again. Based. Nothing I can say. I felt nothing for all, and while I thought I loved Anne, her willingness to get rid of someone I love as much as her made my feelings change. When I explained this to my parents and sisters, however, they said I should have at least considered getting rid of Boo to a no! And that they could even take care of Bo themselves so he didn't have to go to a shelter. No! They said if I saw Anne as family, which I did at one point, I should be able to make sacrifices. But was that a sacrifice I was willing to make? Does that make me the asshole? I think that if you loved Bo as a family, if you saw Bo as family, you should be able to make sacrifices. Which you said, you know what? I'm not gonna get pussy because I'd rather have a dog. So, in my opinion, this guy is not the asshole. This guy is spaced. There is the ultimatum part, which that is kind of cringe. The ultimatum is kind of cringe. I'll be honest. There is nothing you can say about it. The ultimatum is cringe. But other than that, it's based. You said, I don't fucking care, the dog stays. Dog stays, period. My house, my dog, my family. You don't want to stay with these rules? You don't want to stay with these rules? Get out. I tried to make the most American Italian racist voices that I could. But yeah, you're not the asshole. I'm sorry. There's no way that you would be an asshole for saying, I love my dog. If you don't like my dog, if you're not a dog person, get out. If you prioritize your brother's mild allergy over my dog, it's not my problem. I gave you a month free of a roof under the bed, under your head. You done nothing. You get out of my house. Based. I don't fucking care. Based. Shall we check the comments? If I see a single "you're the asshole," I'm gonna riot. I had a friend who was allergic and nobody was trusting him until he became red. Look, I can understand, I'm allergic. You can accommodate for that. You can say, okay, just keep your door closed. We're gonna try to take something to clean the fur, which usually is not even the fur, it's the saliva. For the cats at least, usually it's the saliva that bothers. But we're gonna accommodate. We're not gonna make the dog enter your room. You clean your room. You clean your room, because if you clean the room, you're not gonna have many hair. If you don't have many hair in the room, you're not gonna have many problems with the allergy. So, clean your fucking room. Let's see. I swear to God, if I see a "you're the asshole," I'm gonna make a Reddit account just to tell him, you're a fucking idiot. Get away from here. Not the asshole. Everything you said was accurate. Honestly, y'all aren't together anymore. Exactly. Kicking her out was breaking up with her. And good for you. She's clearly heartless to consider putting your dog in a shelter for a lame roommate who couldn't take in an allergy pill. I don't think there's an allergy pill for dogs. So I'm not gonna say that, oh yeah. But still, the parents said, if you love someone, you're gonna make sacrifices for them. He loved his dog and he made a sacrifice. If anything, the allergies should have been an incentive to get a job and move out faster. Exactly! Living with a P should have been a short-term stop. Who the fuck requests massive changes in their host's life to accommodate a temporary stay? Exactly. Let me check something new. I want to check something. Can I? Oh, I did a whoopsie. I don't know how this works. Not the asshole. If she loves you, she never would have asked you to get rid of your dog. She's prioritizing her brother over you, or better, over your dog and your feelings. You're probably better off just moving on and finding someone who wants the same thing out of life. Your family is also wrong, and I'm honestly not sure why they would take her side. Some people just don't care as much as animals, which is very sad. Animals are better than most people have met. Yeah, I know, but that's another debate. It's that a lot of times people who don't understand an animal, why would you would act with like that with an animal, don't have an animal. An animal is like a person. Hello, UFO. It's literally like a person. They have a personality. They have likes and dislikes. They have the personality, likes and dislikes. They have their routines. I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. What about you? They're unique. Dare I say, don't take it as a, oh wow, shocker, but I don't really believe in it. But they have a soul as much as you do, as much as I do. Allegedly, I don't know if I have a soul, but if we have a soul, animals have it as well. So, yeah, just if people don't understand you, don't understand why did you do that, it means that they cannot understand you. It means that they don't know how it feels to live with an animal. Of course, there are some people that have an animal, but they're like, oh, it's a pet, it's more a hassle than anything. But it's not. That's not. Those are not good people. If a person is bad with an animal, that person is bad, period. That's what I'm gonna say. He didn't seem to be in a hurry to move out as he spent most of yada 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 yada. So far, no difference in behavior between him and Bo. Oh. They seem to be in a hurry to move out. He spent most of the time sleeping and playing video games instead of looking for work. Didn't pitch him for chores or laundry, and I acted confusing, but I told him to do his own laundry. Yeah, he's basically a dog. And then we get to worst. He ordered lots of fast food for himself and left wrapper, bags, and old food in his room. Bo is house trained to not make a mess and is far less hassle. And he doesn't know how to order fast food. I'm so confused why he lost his job. For real, for real. He was allergic to the job. Good for P for nipping this in the bud. My friend had a guy like that move in until he found a job, and it turned into a 6-month nightmare where his selfish adult baby stoner video game, eat all your food, never do chores, have tantrums when confronted behavior escalated to the entire time until they finally extracted him from the home. Fuck that noise. Exactly. Not the asshole. The arrangement was supposed to be temporary. It wouldn't matter if he was the best roommate on the planet. Rehoming a dog for a temporary guest who knew that he was walking into and agreed to it makes zero sense and is completely unacceptable. Pets aren't disposable. Thank you for asking. Thank you for saying it. I guess some people don't see them as a part of the family, but for a pet, their owner is their family. Let me repeat that for the people on the back. Their owner, for a pet, their owner is their family. Their owner is the only family most of them got. Doesn't let your family guilt you about sacrifices. You don't sacrifice family because someone else is too lazy to take his antihistamines? I don't know how to say it. Again, this was a temporary thing. Why in the world would you rehome your dog so a temporary guest could further take over your apartment? It's a temporary or non-temporary. It's not my fucking problem. Yeah, everybody's saying not the asshole. That warms my heart. Not the asshole. Allergy meds exist. Yeah, but maybe they have. Maybe there isn't. Maybe they can't take them. Not the asshole. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For once, I'm happy to see what Reddit said. For once. Try Control F. I don't want to Control F. I honestly don't want to. I refuse. I'd rather just go down and see all the NTA. Look at all of them. Wow. So your family thinks it would have been better to put your dog in a shelter to be possibly put down because check notes a person who was supposed to be there temporarily decided to make it permanent? I've seen too many people give up their pets for a partner only to see that relationship go down to tubes. Why? Because if someone truly loves you, they would ask you to do such a thing. No, it's not just that. If someone is asking you to put away an animal because they don't like it, it means they're not good people. Of course, there can be a little bit of leeway. Is your camera mirrored? Yes. Let me check. Magic. Yes. Don't you prefer it this way? Or do you prefer... Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Properties? No, it's transform. Horizontal. Do you prefer this? I don't think you prefer this. Looks like I'm watching away from the screen. This way, it looks like I'm watching towards the screen. I mean, I'm watching towards the screen either way because I'm watching my screen, but you get what I mean. The problem is the asshole. Yeah, but as I said, if you don't like pets, it means that you're a bad person. She's living there rent-free, now her brother? You gotta be fucked up. NTA breaks up with her, bro. You're dating a hobo. Am I the asshole for kicking out my meal? For forcing my kid to eat the one thing she dislikes? What is a meal? I thought it was a MILF, but I guess I'm missing something. I guess he doesn't like to fuck. Mother-in-law. Oh. Okay. I mean, we're not that far off. My husband and I have a daughter, and she hates mushroom. You're the asshole. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The taste, texture, and smell of them, she cannot stand. She's not a picky eater by any means. She just doesn't like mushrooms. My mother-in-law lives with us and helps us by watching my daughter when she gets home from school. She makes dinner the nights we're working late for our daughter. As mother-in-law loves to cook, I'm just gonna call her meal. So she ensures us that it would be no trouble for her to make our daughter dinner most nights. My husband and I both work in the medical field, so we have crazy unpredictable schedules and are not home most nights to make dinner. Last night, my husband and I both had the night off work and we're making dinner together. My meal went out for dinner with friends. Susie came to us crying, saying how she's sick and tired of being starved most nights, and if she can please make her dinner instead of... if we can please make dinner instead of a meal. It's very public knowledge that Susie doesn't like mushrooms. But yet, for the past few weeks, every single dish that my meal has made for Susie has had the main component of mushroom in it. Portobello mushroom burgers, mushroom risotto, mushroom pasta. To be honest, I like mushrooms, so that sounds tasty as fuck. But man, the kid, she's 10 years old. Come on. If she doesn't eat anything, I can understand. If she's like, no, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that. I want chocolate. I want chocolate. I want chocolate. I want cookies. I want. But if she says, okay, I'm gonna eat anything, but just not mushroom. I don't like mushroom. I tried mushrooms 15 times. I didn't like them once. Just spit on Mill face and said, next time I see a mushroom in this house, I'm gonna put it down your throat. Without cutting it, without cooking it. And mind you, I know which mushrooms are deadly poisonous. Just so you know. When either myself or my husband are around, but when we aren't, that's all Susie served to eat. Oh, these dishes aren't made when either myself or my husband. Basically, she makes them when she's all alone. She told us that if she politely refused to eat those dishes, my Mill will tell her to suit herself, but she's not getting any other food for the rest of the night, and that she has to outgrow this stupid mushroom hatred. Both my husband and I were extremely upset that our child is going to bed hungry every night due to my Mill only making her dinner with the one ingredient she doesn't like and not allowing her to eat anything else. When Mill got home, we confronted her about this. She started going off saying that Susie needs to grow up and get over this stupid hatred of mushrooms. I told her that she's essentially starving her granddaughter. She disagrees and said it's tough love. Yeah, it's tough love. You know what else is tough? The shit I give. Get out of my house. She then proceeds to call me a shit mother for prioritizing my career over my child and helping her get over this dislike towards such vegetable. It's not a vegetable. It's a fruit. It's a fruit. It's a fruit. It's not a vegetable. The mushroom. It's the fruit of the spore that it's underground. You can say, "Oh yeah, it's like a tomato." Tomatoes technically are fruits. They're just a little bit salty, so that's why we call them veggies. But they're still fruits. I need to check because they're not vegetables. I don't trust that. Are counted. Mushrooms are fungi. Yeah, exactly. They're not fucking vegetable. I mean, they can be counted as vegetables, but they're not. They're mushroom. They're fungi. No, mushrooms are not vegetables. It's like, okay, Google, you either say yes or no. They're a type of fungi. They aren't plants. Oh, okay, that's why. They aren't plants, so they aren't classified as either fruits or vegetables. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I'll take the L. I just took the fact that, oh, yeah, it's something that yada, yada, yada. It's not a veggie. But they're not plants, so they're not a vegetable. They have to be classified into a kingdom known as fungi for decades. Yeah, you can classify them as vegetables, but they're not vegetables, so I'm right, you're wrong. There's nothing else to say. Yeah, they aren't fruits either, I get it. But they are my fruits. They're the fruits of my endeavors whenever I go hunt for them. I always go look for them, but I like the idea of going with a sawed-off shotgun. Be like, I found one! I personally classify them closer to fruits than to vegetables. Honestly. They're neither. But I still classify them closer to fruits than vegetables. I told her to get out of my house because she will not disrespect me like that. She ended up leaving, but had some nasty thing to say to me on the way out. Yeah, you can let them say whatever they want. My husband is 100% on my side and feels that his mother is out of line. We've been getting non-stop messages from my two sisters-in-law So to my two sales and my mill calling us every name in the book for kicking her out, and that my daughter needs to get over herself. Why don't you get over yourself? Why don't you stop being a blue bitch and start saying, oh, maybe if this kid doesn't just like mushrooms, maybe I should just go. Yeah, it's classified multiplayer because I didn't know what other text to put. Your meal doesn't understand that it's perfectly okay to have different tastes than someone else's. She thinks she's broadening her food choices. From what you say, her food choices are plenty broad, so this is a power move, pure and simple. She's going to make her love mushroom or else. Bottom line, your child, your house, your rules. Yeah, I agree with this, but as always, your child, your house, your rules gets to up to a certain point. The meal is 100% wrong here. Period. But, you know, it's not just my house, my rules. Because if you're smoking crack inside your house and I say, oh, you should stop because, you know, there are kids around. You can't say, my house, my rules. Get what I mean? I know it's an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. I just like mushroom my whole childhood because in kindergarten they forced me to eat this disgusting mushroom soup. My whole childhood, I went into the woods with my grandma to gather some, but didn't eat them. Then someday, when I was around 16, 18, I tried them again. And surprised, I suddenly started to like them. I love them. Just eat porcini. Eat porcini. So when a recipe called for mushroom, I started mincing them very, very small so that I can enjoy the flavor while skipping over the texture. Just eat porcini. They're not slimy, they are spongy, but they have texture. They're not. That is ugly. Okay. Am I the asshole for making my brother come in through the garage instead of the front door? Okay, I need to know about this one. Anyway, parents not the asshole, the mother-in-law is the asshole, of course. There's no way around it. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Infinity Train. I should watch that. I recently moved in with my boyfriend who lives in a house instead of an apartment. He has a rule that if it has been snowing, everyone needs to enter through the garage instead of the front door, and they need to take their snow gear off before they come inside. When my brother came over to see me the other day, he wanted to come through the front door. He said the only people you make enter through the garage are little kids and workmen. I explained that my boyfriend was worried about the wood floors. My brother stared at me like I was crazy and asked if he needed to buy us a mop. Since I so recently moved in, and it is his house, I feel it is important to adapt to his rule. It's not like there's a dozen of them. My brother ended up not coming inside. My brother says he's disappointed in me and my boyfriend has changed me. But a door is a door. I think he was being stubborn and petty. Then again, he thinks the same thing about me. Yeah, he is stubborn and petty. I mean, if there are wood floors, just enter. Why can't you just enter the garage? Why can't you just go through the garage? Is it that bad? I bet it's an older brother who is used to telling you how things are done. Yeah, he's 11 years older than me. Yeah, that's it. I got one house, one of those 10 years older, treats me like I'm 11, even though I'm 50. It's a sensible rule to go through garage, and your brother is head fucking you when he told you have changed since seeing boyfriend. Probably worried that he can't order you around no more. It's not just that. It's just that he said, oh, I want to come through here. It's not that he can't order you around no more. It's not that. It's just, I want to go through here. If we can, I'm gonna be angry. Nothing else. Also, my country, it's family and close friend that use the back door, and strangers and those you want to impress at the front door. Well, you can use both. It's not that hard. There are 2 doors, you can use both. It's nothing against them. Everyone follows this rule. He's just being stubborn for no reason. Not the asshole. How can following a one simple rule be a sign of you being changed by your boyfriend? Also, he didn't say, oh, you should always go through the garage instead of the front door. The front door is just for me. He said, if it's snowing, I don't want snow to be inside my front door. Go through the garage. People are stupid. Yeah, I should get the wine boom. Would I be the asshole if I tell Mill not to bring soda when she visits? Maybe. So I find it kind of annoying that Mill always brings over soda for her to drink for herself when she's invited for dinner? She doesn't even offer to share, but that's not my issues with this. We have water, lime water, tea, coffee, and sparkling water to drink. And I think it's impolite to not to just drink what you're offered as a guest. I don't buy soda for everyday meal, but I would buy it if I invited guests over for a birthday or some other celebration. And I don't think guests should require soda for meals on a Tuesday evening. And I feel it's kind of offensive that she feels she needs to bring her own soda. Would it be the answer if I told her how it feels? I think that your meal has an addiction. That's my guess. When we visit meals, she never offers any water with the food. Every meal is served with soda and beer, sometimes wine. I don't bring my own water, even though I would prefer water with my meal. I drink some soda. Then ask for water. Just when you go to meal house, just say, "Can I have some water?" There's too much sugar. I don't like it. I'm the asshole and will not bring it up to her. I do, however, feel there may be some cultural differences here. Where I'm from, soda is not a normal everyday drink. As a child, I was allowed soda maybe 6-7 times a year, like for Christmas and birthdays and shit like that. Today, it's normally served to children and adults who don't drink alcohol, when others will get beer or wine. And I would feel the same if a guest brought beer or wine for themselves to dinner on a weekday. That's why I don't feel like serving it on a Tuesday. And I still feel like her bringing her own soda is implying that I should be serving soda, which makes me feel like a bad host. But alright, it does not hurt anyone that she wants soda and bring her own. Some of you seem to think it's about health. It's not. I'm not concerned for her health. If she dies, I'm more than happy. This way she won't bring that devil's soda drink in my house anymore. Like what you get, Mill, for bringing soda. I prepare the best food and you just gobble it with your soda. I don't want to control what she drinks, but I did want to tell her that she made me feel not good enough. But thanks to you all, we just swallow that feeling and avoid talking about the issue. Also, some of you asked about children. There are no children involved in this. Yeah, otherwise you would have said so. I think not. I think maybe just telling her, "Hey, want me to bring some soda?" I mean, it's not a problem. Or at least when you go to them, at least say, "Can I have some water?" I could understand if it was like, "Hey, can I have a beer? Hey, can I have 2017 red Brunelleschi?" Just only that, not the 2018. 2018 sucks. I only want the 2017, alright? Either that or a walkout. I could understand if you said something like that, but water? Is it really that hard to get? Like, can I have water? If she wanted soda, she could have just asked. If she wanted water, she could have just asked. Exactly. I mean, you could just say, "Hey, Emil, do you like soda that much? I'll get you some soda. It's no problem. I'm gonna bring soda. Just please don't just drink it and drink. Don't just bring it, drink it. It's kind of rude. Yeah, so who cares? I mean, really, there is so little in your life. This could be an issue. Where a guest brings soda and drinks it. I mean, what's so wrong about having soda at dinner on a Tuesday? Yeah, exactly. That is not a problem. It's just ask her. Hey, look, want me to get a packet of soda? You just buy a packet of 6. It's gonna cost you what, $10? And you're good to go for like 2 months almost. If she comes to eating once a week. It's more of a, hey, look, let's accommodate. Exactly. And if OP wants water when she visits Bill, why can't she just ask for it? Exactly. Instead of moaning. Every time I hear moaning, instead of hearing, I hear, ah. I refuse to do that in a good way, just so you know. Am I the asshole for applying to other colleges out of state without my parents knowing? I don't care. No, you're not the asshole. Am I the asshole for screaming at my autistic brother to get away from me? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Am I the asshole for telling my mom to give my sister her daughter back? I'm not gonna touch that. Now step bro, leave me the fuck alone. Am I the asshole for humiliating my sister during her birthday party? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I don't fucking care. I don't care. You are. I'm not gonna ask for context. Am I the asshole for not wanting to split the cost of a vacation rental with my friends? We can read that one. I think we can read that one. I need some advice on whether or not I'm the asshole in this situation. My friends and I have been planning a vacation together for months, and we finally found a rental that we all love. However, when we went to book it, I realized that it was going to be significantly more expensive than I had anticipated. I told my friends that I wasn't comfortable splitting the cost equally because I can't afford it, and I suggested that we either look for a cheaper rental or that they chip in more money. My friends were not happy with this and said that I should have been more upfront about my budget from the beginning. They also said that I was being selfish and that I was the only one who would benefit from the vacation rental. I see where they're coming from, but I also feel like I should have to sacrifice my own financial stability just to make them happy. And I'm not the only one that will benefit from this trip. Everyone will benefit, but I simply can't afford it. Am I the asshole for not wanting to split the cost of vacation rental equally with my friends because I can't afford it? I mean, if you can't afford it, just say, fellas, I can't afford this. It's too expensive. Period. Nothing else. Just, I can't afford it. Period. Don't say, oh, you should chip in more money. Just say, literally, I can't afford it. Period. You're the asshole for saying, oh, you should pay more. That is an asshole thing to do. If they want that thing so much that they say, okay, don't worry, it's fine. We'll chip in. That's okay. If not, you just state your ground. Just say, look, I have $300 as budget. I cannot go higher. I cannot go higher. Period. It's not that hard. You're the asshole. I also feel like you should have to sacrifice my own financial stability just to make them happy. Then don't go. Stay at home and work until you can afford it. Pretty cut and dry. Exactly. Just say you can't. Period. AITA, just don't go idiot. It's also, yeah. Which still screws over a peace friend because now there are fewer people splitting the cost. I will split the cost for them. Don't worry. No, I won't. I don't even know these people. So the fact that they found a place they like means OP is an asshole no matter what. You can't afford this place. It's not about they found a place that is more expensive. It's about saying, hey, look, you pay more. This way I can come. You just say, I can't afford it. Period. And also, it's not that hard. You just find a place. And you go, oh, this looks cool. And then you go look at the price. Like, oh wow, it costs $500 more than it's supposed to. Oh well, $130 more for each one. And you just say, no, 160. My bad. And you just go, yeah, I can't afford that. I'm sorry. It's not, oh, you screwed over with the budget limitation. It's just, I'm sure he just said something in the 200 ballpark, and then they found something that is 350, and he doesn't have 350. He has 200. Just you say, no, look, it's that, period. I don't have that money. I'm sorry. I can't chip in more than 200. I'm sorry. Say it's all really their own fault for not being honest. Yeah, it should have been more upfront, but it's not that much of a problem. Look, it's not like they spent 12 hours looking for that single place. All right? It's not like that. Maybe you spent an hour and you found that, and you say, hey, look, fellas, do you like this? And then you said, no, I don't. It's too expensive. Oh no, now I'll have to look for more instead of just take blindly the first thing that I liked. You don't have to sacrifice your budgetary limitation for them. There are so many solutions here, it's crazy. Your friends are being the asshole. No. 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 Your friends are being the asshole because if they actually cared, then when you say you can't afford the place they found, they will agree to find somewhere else to stay that works for everyone. But asking them to pay more because you can't afford it is when you get the asshole rating. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Basically, don't see an issue with being like, I can't afford the X amount, I can only play Y. Would be like, willing to cover the rest, let's find somewhere else. No, that's bad. You just go, I can't afford to pay X, I can only pay up to Y. We should find somewhere else. If they want to do it, they will say, no, come on, let's chip in. We will chip in. Otherwise, you should just say, oh yeah, you pay more. You pay more is an asshole thing to do. Unless they're like, oh, you're unemployed and they are employed, then you're like, look, fellas, I don't have as much of a budget as you all do. Can you help me out? Come on. But it didn't look like that. So we're not gonna put it into the thingy. Am I the asshole for canceling a birthday trip and telling my oldest to leave after my sons made homophobic jokes towards their brother? What the fuck did I just read? Am I the asshole for canceling a birthday trip and telling my oldest, so I guess my oldest brother, to leave after my sons made homophobic jokes towards their brother? Oh, my oldest son. Okay, let's read. My son, 15, sat the whole family down after dinner and told us that he was gay. My other sons started saying the most disgusting homophobic things I've ever heard. But they were all jokes during their little comedy act. I told them to stop multiple times, but they didn't. My 15-year-old just sat them uncomfortable, looking he wanted to cry. When my 15-year-old finally got up to leave, his brother hugged them and said, you know we're fucking with you. We love you, bro, and we knew. Aww. I canceled my 70-year-old upcoming birthday trip and told my 9-year-old to live. He doesn't live at home anymore. My husband thinks since they said he didn't mean it, they love him. My reaction was wrong. It will cause friction between them. Especially got upset at me telling our oldest to leave and started an argument that hasn't entered yet. Okay. There can be two different outcomes. All right? Two different outcomes. This could, as a younger brother, this could be one of two ways. One, they were serious. As in, this phrase, we're talking about this phrase specifically, all right? It could have been done with, like, you hug him, like, you know, you were fucking with you. We love you, bro, and we knew already. Don't worry. And, you know we're fucking with you. We love you, bro, and we already knew. What of, not to say further because of YouTube policies. Again, the jokes were a little bit out of the line to say right from the get-go. You should have just made one. I mean, it's not okay, one, because even if the brother came out, you should be supportive or at least make it not a big deal. If you really want to, you know what would have been a good joke? A good joke, without being very angry, very homophobic, would have been if one of the brothers just stood up, take his wallet out, took $10 and said, "You were right," and give it to the other brother. And then you hug him. It would have been a good joke. Come on, you can't tell me that. Yeah, it would have been asshole-ish, but it wouldn't hurt him too much. It would have just been, look, we knew already. We knew it. There's nothing more. Nothing bad. And you hug him. It is still it's still a dodgy move, but it's still better than me saying the most disgusting homophobic things this guy ever heard. Come on, it's a douche. It's a asshole-ish joke, but it's funny, and this is just homophobia. It's just homophobia disguised as a joke. Now I just sort of want to know what they said. Yeah, I want to know as well. Let's see. In my opinion, it all boils down to this. It all boils down to this and how it was said. Because as I said, if they were serious during this one, be like, we're fucking with you, we love you. They hug him, and you saw that they realized that they fucked up. They joked on something that was that the younger brother was 100% not into it. Then the kids, let me be clear, regardless of the two situation, regardless of the two possibilities, the kids are the assholes because they made jokes when someone was clearly not enjoyed them. All right? But as I said, if they were serious, they realized they fucked up, they hugged them, and we love you and we knew. It doesn't make up, as in they're not scot-free. They should still get a peace of mind. Be like, come on, you went way out of line. Stop it. That's not good. You don't do that ever again. If they were serious, as in they were the things they said weren't jokes. They were just homophobia. Then no, you're not the asshole. That's my guess. That's my opinion. Not so good for not jumping on their comments right away. Zero tolerance of bigotry, especially masked as humor. That kind of passive-aggressive bullshit should not stand. Good job being an awesome parent, and I hope your husband comes around too. As I said, it all depends on the thing. Gay man here, biggest thing you can do is talk to your youngest. The punishments matter a lot less than checking in with him about it. Yeah. But as I said, we don't have enough. We don't have enough informations, in my opinion. We gave both the situation, but in both cases, the brothers are assholes. But in one case, the brothers are just older brother asshole, nothing new. In the other, they're just homophobic. So definitely talk to the youngest by himself first, though. The biggest thing to make the older ones understand is that it's not joking when not everyone is in on the joke. They have to develop the ability to tell when everyone present is on the same page and when they're not. They also need to learn to read the room. That is, to pay attention to how others are feeling and reacting and adjust your behavior accordingly. Too many people grow up never learning this, and that's why you get so many incidents where people cause offense or cause a lot of hurt, and then they try to excuse with just joking. You say just joking, and you apologize. You go, I was just joking. I didn't think it would be so bad. I'm sorry. I misread the room. That's it. To quote John Scalzi, the failure mode of clever is asshole. You can replace clever with funny and it works just the same. Yeah? Alright. If that's all this really was, then yeah, those two can probably fix this. They have to actually realize what they did and accept that it was wrong, so that their apology can be sincere. And they have to realize that this is one of those times where they really should think about why they thought that stuff was funny and question, was it really funny or was just I being an asshole? Yeah. Yeah. As I said, in my opinion, the only joke that you could have said was the $10, the bad one. I think that would have been a fun one without being too much bad. As in, if my brother did that to me, if by any chance I went like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay, and my brother gave $10 to my dad, being like, oh, you were right, I would not have been that mad if that was the only joke. As in, you do the joke, and then you say, everything is fine, nothing changed. Nothing changed. We kind of knew already, and honestly, I don't fucking care. Just watch out for STDs, nothing more. That I can accept it. But everything else, if you go further than that, that's no. Am I the asshole for accepting the role of maid of honor in my sister's wedding? I'm not gonna take care of wedding drama. The weddings pull out the most idiotic drama shit that I've ever seen in my life. Like, because she is the same size as me, but I wanted to 2 hours before her. I don't fucking care. How the fuck would you be an asshole for that? Because the joke itself is... Oh, you mean this one? Because I guess there was another person that wanted the role of maid of honor, but then she went in and said, yeah, look, it's me. I'm your sister. Give it to me. She said, okay, you take it. And the other person was like, oh, you're an asshole. But I don't care. Am I the asshole for telling my sister off after she wanted to charge my daughter for concert tickets she was no longer using? Okay. My sister is technically my half sister, and we have a large age gap. I'm in my 40s, and my sister is 25. My daughter is 15. My sister bought tickets for her and her boyfriend to go see a concert in March. I don't exactly know the story of why they can't go, but for some reason they can't go. I had a brief chat with her where I suggested selling tickets on StubHub, or Facebook, and she said maybe. Cue to the holidays, where she asked me if my daughters would like to go with a friend because it is some rapper that she likes. My daughter was, of course, ecstatic, and I thought it was very nice of my sister. I honestly figured it was part of the Christmas gift of something. Kind of this week, and basically she asked the money. Then my sister called and discussed transferring tickets, online tickets. She brought up how much she wants for them. My daughter then asked me for $160 because she obviously doesn't have that money laying around being 15 unemployed. My daughter came to me and told me that my sister called and discussed transferring tickets. I called my sister and I immediately say, how fucking dare you? You're going to charge your teenage niece $160 for these tickets? I told her that both my daughter and I thought it was a Christmas present because that's when she brought it up and didn't bring up paying until 2 weeks later. I said firmly that she will not getting paid from us for those tickets. I told her to sell them before she even brought up my daughter. I really thought she was trying to do something nice. She said that maybe she will just try to sell them. I wished her good luck, explaining to her niece that she was mistaken thinking they were a gift, and now she can no longer go. If she does this, I'll buy my daughter tickets for it anyways. Good job. I understand my sister paid for them, and yes, they are her tickets to do, and she can do whatever she pleases. I also understand that it's not okay to expect things for free. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't be upset with my sister asking for money. But to reiterate, this is family. And it's your teenage niece. You're going to charge her? No, bitch, you're not. I would much rather just buy my daughter the tickets online and give my sister the money because, in my opinion, it is a shitty way to treat family. Also because she said if my daughter would like to go with a friend because it is some rapper that she likes. Okay, no. Ticket scalping, I think so. Ish, your sister. Everybody sucks? What is ish? Everybody see assholes? Everybody see holes? Everyone sucks here. Oh. Your sister should have been clear from the beginning she was going to charge for them. You should not have assumed they were free and overreact. Look, I'll just go on a whim and say that if you say you want these tickets to a teenage, you should just tell them, look, they cost. They're pricey. They're they're pricey. They cost $160 in total. Just if you go on a Christmas time and you just say, hey, you want these tickets? You can't just go later and say, oh, well, they're pricey. You gotta pay me. Just say, oh, I got these tickets to sell. Would you be interested in it? Or be like, hey, I have these tickets. They cost $160. You know, I can do half. To the father, not to the teenager, but like, look, I can't chill in 160 for the teenage for your daughter. Is it okay if we do 80? I put 80, you put 80, and we do basically two gifts at the same time. If I offer someone tickets, they are free. If I want to charge them, I will say, do you want to buy my tickets? Plus, she never should have asked her niece knowing she won't have the money. You're asking a 50-year-old kid for money. When I was 25, no one in my family would think if I had $160 to give away for a Christmas present. I don't think I even gave my parents gift that expensive. I agree there's miscommunication. Sister should have been more clear. But why get angry? Because the sister went to the 15-year-old kid and said, give me $160. It's more money than she ever said in her life. Some people are stupid. Some people are just dumb. Ask for money at the time of offer or don't ask at all. Yeah, I don't know anyone who gives something someone something or says they're going to give someone something, and then weeks later it's like, oh yeah, that was those money. Give me those money. The conversation normally goes, hey, would you like to buy this for this? Basically. I think she's the asshole. The dad overreacted, but I don't think it's an asshole-ish thing to do. I don't think, oh, you're the asshole. I don't think so. The way the sister presented her with the option is definitely misleading. The way she tried to get money from the 15-year-old and not from the mom, her sister, that is not okay. She should have asked the mom first if she was interested in buying them for the daughter. Even after the misunderstanding, I wonder why she asked the 15-year-old. Because she thought the 15-year-old had $160 to spare. She wanted the money because there's a power dynamic. It's that easy. Non esiste un bonus di deposito migliore di questo. Oh, really? You want to know? Fuck you, there is. It's called my asshole. That is the biggest deposit to ever lived. Am I the asshole for threatening to sue my sister? Ah. Your sister murdered your pets and destroyed your property intentionally. I'm happy that we did not read that. I'm so happy. Am I the asshole for calling my sister for treating her child better than me? My sister taking my brothers and I when we were just 4, 5, and 6. And she was only 19. Yes, you're the asshole. You're the asshole. She was 19. She basically took the best years of her life away to help you. Don't be an asshole. Am I the asshole for snapping at a co-worker over a Secret Santa gift I gave to him? Petty. I like it. I know that Christmas is around 3 weeks ago, but this incident happened like about 4 days ago, and I'm feeling both angry and somewhat guilty about it. So I have this co-worker who is generally a sweet and kind guy with good intentions, but tends to be extremely dramatic and has a bad habit of quite literally crying over anything that mightily inconveniences him. And I don't want to say that he's a bad guy, because I can tell, and also have been warned beforehand, that he definitely has some anxiety issues, but he definitely the walk around eggshell type of anxious, which makes me nervous to be around him. Okay, so you knew beforehand. That is important. Which is why I dread over being his Secret Santa when they told me about it around late November, because I was extremely worried about what to give to him, since I wanted to be careful about not to set him off. So trying my best to carefully figure out what kind of gifts he may like, I decided to get him an otter stuffed animal, since I figured out that he liked otters, and that stuffed animals makes him calm and happy. Okay. You gave him a teddy bear, but an otter, teddy otter. So when the day of when we were supposed to open our gifts came, I was relieved that he seemed so happy at first, because he loved the way the box was wrapped, until he opened his gift, on which he started bawling his eyes out on what I found to be a ridiculous reason. He was upset that the otter stuffed animal was gray and not brown, and he was hurt that the person who gave him wasn't thoughtful enough to give him an otter that was colored correctly. I mean, that's the brownest brown that I ever browned. Yeah, that is so brown. I could flush it out the toilet. Honestly, what the fuck? Look, we have blue others. Why can't we have purple? I know these are fake, by the way. It's ARC shit. Don't worry. I get it that brown others are cuter, but they're not just brown. This is closer to gray than brown. So at the end, he ended up leaving earlier because it looked like he was having a full-blown mental breakdown over it. And I'm pretty sure that the Christmas was ruined, or at least mine was. And that was that, right? Well, apparently not, since our co-workers decided to bring it up their conservations about Christmas gift about 4 days ago. To which that same co-worker mentioned how most of his gifts was okay. Except his Secret Santa, which he commented was the worst gift he had ever gotten, and he said he couldn't believe how bad it was. It generally made him so upset that he had to leave due to having a mental breakdown over it. It's a fucking gift! Just shut up! And I snapped at him, which obviously revealed me as his Secret Santa. And I basically told him to shut up about it since I didn't appreciate how rude he was being over a stupid gift. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I ended up making him cry again. He ended up having to go home earlier to my outburst. Oh, poor guy. And my coworkers had a talk with me about how I should have handled it better, since we were warned about needing to get more gentle and how I could potentially get in trouble over this, even if they understand why I was upset. I did end up apologizing to him yesterday when we met again at work, but I'm still wondering if I was really an asshole for lashing out like him like that, or if my reaction can be considered justified at all, because I'm still pretty angry about this whole thing. You're justified, you're the asshole. I mean, just because this guy lashed it out and was a drama queen doesn't mean that you can just go and be like, oh, well, and just hammer them down. You should be better than that. Let's get that out of the way. With that said, I could understand if you were like, oh, I hate the color gray, which even then it's kind of stupid. But a great otter is still cute. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's cute as a button. Why would you say, oh, that is bad? This is the cutest otter to ever odd. How can you look at this and be like, come on, you have problems. That's not anxiety. That is a mental problem, and you should seek medical help. You should seek therapy. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. This is not a haha, Ailey's being an asshole on purpose. If getting a gray otter instead of a brown one makes you have a mental breakdown, go to a professional. Go seek help. I'm not trying to be a haha, you're weak. You need help to become better. To avoid these things to ever happen to you. Not to the others around you. I mean, they will be happy if those things never happen anymore, but more than anything towards you. You're the one that is getting the blunt of this blown. Because you're the one that had a mental breakdown. You're the one that felt bad and shit. So, seek someone. Find someone good. And believe me, you won't feel that bad over a great otter ever again if you do. That's my guess. I think that it's an everybody sucks here. She went out of line. She should have just said, "Come on, it's just a gray otter. What's the big deal to be upset 2 weeks after? Come on, they're just being petty." Pizza offered the following explanation. I ended up snapping a coworker. Oh, this is the. Okay. What kind of work do you do where I can take half a day off because someone got me the wrong colored otter? Oh no, this year said it wasn't even event was during work. It was basically an after work party. Yeah, but the other one was the event. I can understand. It's the this one. He had to leave work early for this. That's stupid. It's on everybody sucks, in my opinion. As someone with PTSD, this story illuminates why things have suddenly gotten so difficult. It's funny because people were extremely intolerant in the 90s and 20s, and then there came this big push around mental health until recently. Lots of people think anxiety and stress disorder are made up. I don't know what's going on for a homeboy, but this is. I just have no words. Finding it hard to stay on topic, this behavior is so weird. Sounds like he's using the anxiety disorder to manipulate the workplace too. Anyhow, not the asshole. I think she's a little bit of the asshole. She should have not snapped like that. But I'm not saying that she's not. She's justified. I collect other stuff and I'd be grateful to be gifted any colored other plushie because that means the person was paying attention. And in that case, it really is the thought that counts. Exactly. Thank you. I did not think about that, but it's true. I also have a generalized anxiety disorder and I can confidently say this guy is a beautiful wiener and you should probably just steer clear of him, to be honest. And the kicker, there are gray otters. Yeah, I said it. Asian sea otters. The Toba aquarium otters spring to mind. Tend to be more gray. In addition, northern southern sea otters get lighter in color as they age and sometimes look more gray than blonde. I'm less familiar with river otter species, but I do believe there are gray river otters. It's definitely not a wrong color, so I really am not sure why the guy was so upset about it. Look, she could have gifted him a pink otter, a black otter, a yellow otter. That's not the problem. The problem is that this guy is an asshole. Give him the nickname Eggshells. Nah, don't do that. Let's not do that. I would just do something else to this. I was reading. This is your cue to no longer participate in any gift-giving events. There are sorts of accurately predicted conflicts. Just say, hey, look, this event went sucky. You clearly didn't like it, so let's not redo it. He's using his anxiety as an excuse to be an asshole. Who the hell receives a gift at a work party and has the audacity to say it's the worst gift they have ever received? You actually put the effort into trying to find out what he liked. Well, you could have easily just given him a Link set. He sounds entitled and insufferable. You or your coworkers are not his babysitter. You should have to cuddle him and be more gentle over his feeling while he gets to be disrespectful towards your effort. Yeah, you should still put the effort, but you should put your foot ground. That's the thing. There's a lot of misconception which goes with the being considerable about anxiety and shit. And mind you, I make this mistake too. I try my best, but I still fuck it up because I grew up without the whole anxiety is actually a thing. I grew up with the get over it mentality. While I'm not saying I suffered from anxiety. I get anxious, but I don't think I have anxiety disorders, at least. I have stage fright. That's what I say I can have, but not anxiety disorders. But I still find myself at fault. Let's just be clear. But you should be considerate about it. I mean, like, look, let's just put it this way. It's okay to say that you didn't like it, but you shouldn't get this. You shouldn't get this. It shouldn't be this big of a deal. It's a Christmas gift at a workplace. Nothing more. Oh, but my ass. You got a free gift. You got an order. an animal that you clearly like, it's not about the color, it's about the thought. Somebody went out of their way to learn, to understand what you will like. They understood that you like stuffed animals and you like colors, and they got you one. The color doesn't matter. It could have been a rainbow for all we care. It's not a problem. If I have a problem, you can say it, but you shouldn't cry and be an asshole about it. You're not in a judgment zone. You're in a judgment-free zone. But that doesn't exclude you for being a piece of shit. Your coworker complained about getting the worst gift ever because the wrong color. Yeah, exactly. I tried to make it a little more okay in general, but Even then, they should be like, whoever got me this, I like it, but I much prefer this other color. Is there any chance we could exchange it? No. No. We're like, thank you. Gray is not my favorite color, but I love the gift. For the next time, I only suggest you the brown. Brown is my favorite color. I love this, and if next year I get another one with the brown color, I'll put them together like a couple. I'll put them all smuggling together like they're hugging each other. That's what you do, because you're working with them. You're supposed to see these people every day. Don't be petty. Am I the asshole for hiring my niece as a babysitter? No. My brother has a daughter, 15. His wife also has a daughter, 16. And they have a son to get. Oh, okay. My brother has a daughter. His wife has a daughter. So the brother came into the relationship with a daughter. The wife came in a relationship with another daughter. And then they made a son. Okay. For a moment, I was like, the wife has a daughter? And the two together have a son? What? Okay, I misread. They have a system in their home that they pay the kids for the chores they do. Okay. Nora was talking to me and she complained that Katie gets paid more because she helps babysit Boyd. She said she asked her stepmom to let her help as well to earn some more money, but she refused. I talked to my sister-in-law, to my Sil, and I asked her if there is any reason she wants to let Nora babysit. She said Katie is older and she thinks Katie is more responsible and better with babies, and she doesn't trust Nora with a baby. I told her it's okay if she doesn't want to let Nora babysit, but then she needs to make the payments a bit more fair. Right now, Katie gets around twice as much as Nora. Nora gets about 15 and Katie gets around 30 a week. Jesus Christ. That's more than I ever gotten. I used to get 20, 25 when I used to collect a specific thing to learn how to draw, and then I dropped in, and then I stopped getting 25. I get 20. A week? A week. But I had to pay for my lunch because I went to school and I had to pay for lunch. And that was it. There wasn't more money. In terms of more money, there isn't any. She said babysitting is hard there, so Katie should be paid more for doing it. I was getting angry, so I told her fine. Then I'd like to offer Nora a job. She won't do any chores for you anymore. I told Nora she's babysitting for me from now on. I have a 7-year-old son and a 13-year-old son. My 13 is old enough to watch his brother when my husband and I are at work or on a date night, since both kids are very mature and well behaved, but they were both happy to spend time with her cousin. I offered to pay her $40 a week in exchange for spending time with her cousins. Last week was her first week, and all the kids are very happy with this situation. My Sil, however, is not happy. She called and asked me if I actually paid Nora $40 a week to just watch TV and play video games with her cousins. I told her that I did. She said I'm being an asshole. Yes, Nora was being paid according to what she was doing, and now I've created an unfair situation. I gotta drink some water. Yeah, you basically stepped in on something that you should have not stepped in. As in, maybe don't pay 40 a week just for the cousin. Or wait, I have to pay. She won't do any chores for you anymore. Oh, okay. She won't do any chores for you anymore. That's still bad because it's not your son. It's your brother and his wife's. I think it's the asshole. I'll be honest. He should have talked with the brother. Be like, hey, look, can I pay your kid to babysit my sons? And if that was the case, then okay. You're the asshole. I mean, it's true. The wife is also a piece of shit because she's showing favoritism, 100%. She said babysitting is harder. I mean, they have a son, a 1-year-old son, so of course it's harder. Let's be clear. But you shouldn't pay twice as much than Nora. And if you say, oh, well, babysitting is harder, then make the kid not do other chores and make the other kid do chores and make them 2020. Or 25 and 25. I don't fucking know. But you, the brother, just stepping in without the. I mean, you OP stepping in for your brother, but not even asking him. That is an asshole thing to do. You're just flexing. You should have asked your brother, honestly. Should have had talked with your brother and say, hey, look, is this really okay? Not the asshole disposed reads like a real life story about companies. Company A underpays its employees and then complains about Company B for stealing the employee by paying a fair or at least better wage. Yeah, but at the same time, the sister, the older sister, is actually watching a 1-year-old son while the younger is going and playing video games and watching TV with their cousins. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's not wrong. They should have fun together, but don't agree with this. Instead of asking OP to pay more or less, sounds like Sil needs to give her own daughter a raise so they both getting paid the same. An extra $10 per week and problem solved. Yeah, I get. I think you're the asshole. Honestly, you should have talked with your brother. And the stepmom is an asshole. Oh, okay. You should mention this in your main post so people know that her dad is okay with it. Okay, let's read this. It's her stepmom's call. My brother is fine with this new situation. Then no, you're not the asshole. Never mind. I retract my statement. You informations have come to the court, so the judgment has been adjourned. All right. If the brother is okay, if the brother is like, yeah, don't worry about it. I don't fucking care. You can do whatever the fuck you like. Look, buddy, you're taking money from your pocket. I'm keeping $20 more in my pocket. I can go eat a pizza every once in a while now. That's fine. I don't mind it. your niece is coming to you also to make your business and you fix it. You're a good person. And I want to say it's not your business. Better never ever call CPs or the cops or anyone if a child is in danger. It's apparently other people's kids and never the business of everyone but the parent. We're not talking about, oh no, this kid is being beaten down to a pulp. Oh no. But I didn't ask the parents, so I can't call the police. The kid is like, oh, I want to get paid more. Because I want Barbie. I want a Barbie. It is unfair, but it's not literally, the worst thing to ever come to a kid. Jesus Christ. Of course you have 72 things about this. You're crazy. Watching this is making your brain go crazy cuckoo. Never call the police for a child. If you disagree with this, you hate kids. If you ever call the police, you're the asshole. Jesus Christ. There's very different types of measures. It's like saying, oh, my kid had a little scratch on his knee. I didn't go to the hospital because it wasn't that bad. Honestly, I think I could have fixed it. And then you go, well, if you think that you could never, if you think that you should have not brought the kid to the hospital, then I really hope you don't bring any kids that lost an arm to the hospital because otherwise it would be hearing from me. It's just fucking, are you insane? Do you have radiitis? Jesus. Hi, Daniel. We're just watching a little bit of people going insane and bringing me down with him. Drunken rambling intensifies. Oh yeah, okay. This is good. Tell the step woman that Nora is paid by how much work she does. She watches 2 kids, where Katie only watches 1. When did you become a monster? The better question is, when did I stop hiding it? Nora complained to me several times that she feels like an outsider when she's with them. So yeah, okay, you're not the asshole. But as I said, it wouldn't been the asshole if she went without the parents without even talking with the parents. But the brother, aka the kid's father, said, yeah, do whatever you want. That's okay. Then she's not the asshole. Everything is fine. He became drunk and became rambling. I'm gonna kill you and check out. Huh? Am I the asshole for wanting to kick my sibling out over a turkey sandwich? I love this ones because, okay, this is 100% bait, but I love this one because you start with this, and then you read it, and you go like, oh, this sandwich was the last sandwich that my mom ever made. She died in a car accident while making the sandwich. The sandwich literally flew out of the window with the plate and crushed it down on the ground. But the plate somehow broke, but every pieces, but it still supported the sandwich. It was the only thing that I have left of her, and my sibling just went in and say, "Oh!" and just tossed it out to the ground and destroyed it. And I'm heartbroken, and I want to kick him out. Am I the asshole? It's just, I want to go. So, it isn't just about the turkey sandwich. See, this already is, the title is, am I the asshole for wanting to kick the sibling out over the turkey sandwich? First line, it's not just about the turkey sandwich. I love this shit. I love this shit. I can... Not even Shyamalan could have predicted this twist coming. Anyway, me, 35, have been busting my butt to get where I am. Call me the pig with the brick house. Okay, we can call her pig now. That is big news from the get-go, because it means that we can call her pig without being told that we are assholes. She said herself, like, we can call her pig. Just look at this. Call me pig. This part, don't. Shh. My sibling, Grace, recently got out of a very committed relationship. Not her first, has a tendency to fall easily. Okay, you already just stabbed your sibling like, in the back. Like, just to put it in the thing. Just to put the point across. I don't fuck around. Friends, family, state. I stab anyone, alright? Growing up, she and our two brothers could do no wrong. I was expected to pull more than my fair share. Always. I graduated. I went away from high school very early. Took the scholarship to a university. Huh? Okay, nothing. And managed to get fixed with a pretty sweet online job. Ooh. OnlyFans. That would just make the name she chose even worse. The others did do higher education. Oh, they were high, all right. I get family handouts regularly. As for Grace, she fell for the boy next door, and then another, and then another. She just keeps stabbing them. Of course you're an asshole. You just keep... Did you stop it? Stop it, he's already dead. I understand looking for love, but she goes all in and digs a hole. I have always been there to help her, but now things are extreme. She moved in with me, trashed my house. I never had roaches before, found one and started crying. Jesus Christ, doesn't help with cooking, and has me paying several bills for her. I'll pay you back. Oh yeah, I've heard that one many times. I took on a bunch of extra hours to offset her living with me, and I can't even ask her to stir a pot of soup, which I finished prepping. I just needed her to mix so I could finish up with some work emails. The worst concerns food. I am diabetic and I have to choose my food very carefully. Grace will eat through her junk food and then go for my things. I can barely keep anything in this house for long. I had a stash of soda, or sugar-free soda, that would normally last me 2 weeks. It had gone 2 days, and then she tried to blame on her child, who also lives here. That child has pretty great manners. They would have asked me before getting into my soda. Okay, at least she's not stabbing the child. All right? At least she has a little bit of boundaries. The child is not getting stabbed yet. Grace uses her child because she knows my parents will always have her back, particularly when it comes to their grandchild. And no, they won't let Grace move in with them. They're not stupid. They're not stupid, of course. They managed to toss her out. They don't want them back in. Look, you can say whatever you want from your parents. They maybe have to toss the handouts and that, but they put their money on the right kid. If this is all true, which I don't think it is, at least they put the money on the right one. It's been a long day. 12 plus hour shift, computer work, but I'm still so darn tired. My living room is trashed, no dinner set up for me to cook, and she's expecting a medal for doing a load of dishes. She wouldn't even pick up my medication for me today. Oh, fuck. Dying for a turkey sandwich, have a special bread, I approached the fridge to find no turkey. It had been a huge family pack and we had bought it for less than a week ago. Child has been away visiting relatives this week. Now I just want Grace out. My parents keep saying to give her time together to break up and that I need to be more flexible. I realize that I can be a bit anal, but I'm your typical cat lady. Yes, I'm my age, but I just want to snuggle my feelings and read the listen to Grace drama shows on full blast. I want to shuffle through my house in pajamas, not trip over her stuff. I want. I want to hear Farrah Gassol's voice again and call me out. It's like I'm cringing at myself too. Maybe I'm a bit much. Am I the asshole? No, you're not. Kick her out. Kick her out. Not the asshole. But you're one to yourself. Why do you listen to your parents? You're 35. And it seems obvious you're being used. Your sister lies. Doesn't help. Don't respect your house. If you want to try again, then put clear rules about tidying about after herself, food and health. And if she doesn't follow them, then she's out. But really, as you described it, I don't imagine it would work. Yeah, exactly. Just say fuck you. Either help and you got 2 strikes. But what about the third? No. The shit until now was the first strike. I see chores not being done. Second strike. I see chores not being done. You're out. You're out, and I call police for the kid. No, okay. The last part is bad. All right. Is cream grump? Could you pause that? No, it's not. I want a spine, maybe? I know that sounds harsh, but at the end of the day, people are only doing what they're being allowed to get away with. It's difficult when there's a child in the mix, but they're less hassle than the adult. Oh, but when they're less than a hassle than the adult, you've got issues. Yeah. But yeah, get Grace financial management sessions or a visit with a therapist. She's a grown adult with responsibility. Stop enabling her. You've earned snuggly feline pajama time. Yeah. I highly agree with this. I highly agree. Yeah. You tell her, oh, we're going to get ice cream. Yay, ice cream. I want ice cream. I want ice cream. I want ice cream. And you go to the therapist and just toss it inside, close the door and say, I'll tell you all your stuff, you're never going to get out. That's the best thing you can say. You can do. I forgot to include that Grace is now working. Not appears to be taking job hunting very seriously. Yeah, I figured. Don't worry. Not the asshole, but you need to gain some self-respect. She's a freeloader who contributes nothing positive in your life. Sit her down with some house rules that it needs to follow. Get a job. Pay half. Clean up after yourself and your son. May need tangibles here since I'm sure her idea of cleaning up is different than yours. Yeah, exactly. Buy her own food. Cook some of the meals and clean the chicken. Not the kitchen. I always fuck up chicken with kitchen. My bad. Don't touch the baby. Do laundry. She has 1 month to accomplish the above or she's out. Remind her that if she's kicked out, it's her fault to do to her chores. Not your fault, and you'll feel no guilt over it. The choice is hers. She had the rules that ship has still OP needs to remove her from the home before things get worse. I think you should give her 3 strikes. But you tell her she already got 2 away. 1 or 2 away. At least 1 away. Do we have time for a last one? I think we can. At this point, am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend it's not a random woman's job to educate his child? Yeah, you're not the asshole. You're right. That's it. Am I the asshole for telling my mother I would rather her stay where she's at rather than come to live with me? This is controversial. I like this. I think this is gonna be the last one. Also, I want to hear your opinion. I want to remind you that you can give me your opinion. I want your opinion. So I don't know your name. Da 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 da. Have a trouble. I have a troublesome mother who has a lot of disabilities. Okay, this is not English. Oh, I have a troublesome. I have a troublesome mother who has a lot of disabilities. I used to be her caregiver until I couldn't handle her anymore. I don't mean handle her as in she required more care. I mean she required someone with more patience. My mother is very demanding, and if something isn't done when she wants it or how she wants it, she gets really mad fast. Oh, she just like me for real, for real. I hate that part of my brain. In fact, I try to not lash out as much because I hate it when that happens. I always feel very, very self-hateful when I calm down and I realize, oh no, I've done it again. Another big issue is boundaries. She loves to push boundaries. When my husband and I say not to do something with our children, she says she can do what she wants because she's grandma and they have that right. She likes to call my children her babies. She'll ask, how's my baby doing? Or say, don't be mean to my baby. And I have to correct her a lot. Okay, that I can understand the first part, the second part. Come on, just leave it to her. I don't agree with how she raised me and my sibling, so I have no desire to have her help with mine. Okay, I can understand that. On to the story. She needs a lot of attention for health and physical abilities. She recently moved to another state to live with my sister. It hasn't been long, just barely over a month, and she already wants to come back. She needs certain meds that are hard to get prescribed to you here for pain. There are doctors there who will give out those pain meds who needs to them. Okay, so she needs meds. So she went to the doctors to find out if she qualifies, and she does. I asked her why she would come back here when she knows everything she needs is down there, and she said because she misses her other kids and grandkids that are here. And this is where I might be the asshole, and I will not be offended if anyone says that I am the asshole. I told her she needs to stay there because that's where everything she needs is, and coming back will only cause more issues. I tried telling her that if she were to come back, she wouldn't get the meds she needs, and I wouldn't help her get them from the streets. What to get them from the streets? Where did the streets come from? She called me an asshole and said she felt like I didn't want her here. It's not that I don't want her here. It's just that I want her there. Is that she's a lot and everything she needs is where she's at. When I say here in reference to where my mother is, I mean on the same city or state, not with me. I don't even want him in the same state. Just stay away from my state. Go away. I should note that my mother's time is fleeting with kidney failure and lung issues, and she wants to end it at home. I get that, but she has time before we get to that, and when the time comes, she will be brought home. So when she dies, we will toss her back at home. Come on. I just want her to not be in pain for as long as possible. I am one of 10 of her children. It's me and one of my older sisters taking care of her because none of the other children are willing to do it. Her brother and sister won't even help her. Her brothers and sisters. My mother needs a lot of help and she's getting where she's at. If she could get everything she needs here, I would love to have her back. But sadly, the only doctor that used to give her medication died of random naturalist causes. He just fell into a knife and stabbed himself 15 times. He was very clumsy. But without everything she needs, it's very hard to deal with her. She has been to many doctors and they would have given her the pain meds, but due to policies where we are, it's very hard to get them. She has a degenerative spine, needs a hip and replacement, but can't be put under due to health reason, and has cancer. Jesus Christ, what else does she not have? It's not that I don't want her here. Yes, it is. Your whole point says that you don't want her there. No, she doesn't want her here. You need to make peace with that before giving several different excuses to your mother. It will hurt more long term to keep going around the bush. Accept you don't want her and then decide what to do about it. Until you do, the situation will keep extending and hurting everyone even more. Forgot to say not the asshole. It's a very hard situation to navigate, and remember that as a caregiver, it's important to take care of yourself. Therapy is good to make peace with yourself and how you feel about an unfair situation and a difficult relationship with a parent. Yeah. As I said, it's not that you don't want her here, you want her there. You want her there. You don't want her here, just stay there. It's not a bad thing. It's also pretty clear without stating it outright that OP moms need cannabis to manage her pain and cancer symptoms, and her sister lives in a state where it's legal, whereas OP lives in a state where theoretically you can get with it, but it's nearly impossible to get it legally. Oh yeah, that's why you should have. You need to take it from the streets. Okay, I get it. I wouldn't want my mom living with me or my kids if my options were either to get her pot illegally and bring it to my home, or deal with her being mad, difficult, and disregarding my parenting opinion. Okay. As I said, I think that her staying in a place where she can get all the medications, especially if she didn't have the sister helping there, then yeah, I could say, you could just get a big medication and be like, hey, look, we're from here. It takes a long time to go home. Can we have a longer prescription? Not that I get it that everyone says it, and it's fine if you can't, but please, this way I don't have to do this every month. If you could even put it every 2 months, it's like 16 less hours of drive for both me and my mom that is clearly not feeling well, because we're not hiding it. You can go for it. She has cancer. But I don't think so. If the availability of the drugs is a big factor, OP needs to be prepared for when those meds are no longer available where her sister is. When mom can't get the drugs there either, the push to come back is going to get even stronger. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think the drugs. When the drugs are no longer available where the sister is, you could make a better argument by saying when those meds will be available where you are, that's gonna be better. It's so stupid that people pretend giving pain medications to a woman literally dying from cancer is somehow the same as using meth in the streets. I'll say that's you at all, but that is the current overreaction of the Muslim imaginary crisis. I don't get it. She wants everything her way, but resents it when other people get to make a choice. Yeah, but she's also dying on cancer. She doesn't have much time left. Come on, let's cut her a little slack. Come on. I agree that OP is not really the asshole, but Oh, yeah, so despite anyone who's going to try with the... But she handled you as a baby argument. I never said that. So don't worry. So now you don't want her here, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with saying that she's too much. You're in your mid-20s, for crying out loud. You have children of your own to take care of. She's, from your story, is so not helping there. I ended up paying a lot of money to keep my mother from watching my children for a similar reason. I've told my parents that I make enough money that they'll go into assisted living rather than move in with me, because my husband and I know that we cannot deal with the antics. And we are in our 40s and 50s with much older kids. If one of my kids wants to take their grandparents in, that's on them. Yeah. As I said, I don't think that she's in. I don't think the OP is an asshole, but OP doesn't want her. She cannot hide it. However, you seem to be living in denial. She doesn't push boundaries. She completely ignores them. It's not what I don't want her. That is only true in an hypothetical sense. If she could get everything she needs here, and if she was willing to respect your boundaries, if she got angry less often, then you might want her around. But as things currently stand, no, you don't want her here. That's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person or an asshole. You're a human. Yeah, exactly. It's not an asshole for saying, "Oh, fuck you." You're. My mother would cause so much hell. She's all mentally there. Not many people can handle her. To be fair, I can't really handle a situation as I can't handle situations either. Associated living isn't all necessarily people with mental disability or an aged person. They can be people who require a decent amount of care, though they would have on-call doctors and carers, nurses with them all the time. Had looked after a person in their 40s with a severe and rare bone disorder. Also looked after a person in their late 50s with severe Parkinson. Yeah, okay, you can check for that, but yeah, as I said, not the asshole. Not the asshole, but you still hate your mom. I mean, not hate, you just don't want her close. And I think that's gotta be it. We did more than enough. We could go more. Am I the asshole for asking my Mill not to give candy to my kids when they visit her? Depends if they're visiting once every month. Maybe it's a little bit asshole-ish thing to do, but if they visit every day, yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was Am I the Asshole for this week. It's coming on YouTube. I don't know when, because I'm lazy. Just like that. Yeah, I know. And let's be back tomorrow with I don't know what. I have honestly no idea. Can rate saps and sounds. Yeah, it's just you and me after all, so we can rate whoever you want. I don't know what we're gonna play tomorrow. I'll find something. But again, as always, thank you everybody for joining in, dropping by, and saying hi. That is always very appreciated. Thank you for the support. It always warms my heart. And oh Jesus, this guy is a big boy. 11K followers, Jesus. You're gonna make me look like a fool. Oh well. Anyway, until tomorrow or Friday, I don't know. Take care.